Hey guys, this is Clinton Jeff and today we're keeping the Adidas loving going at this channel. Today we're checking out the brand new Pharrell Adidas Hue NMDs in the Dash Green colorway. It's been a while since a new Hue NMD dropped, so I was pretty excited to check these out. Here we go. The Pharrell Adidas Hue NMD in the Dash Green colorway dropped this October 25th for a price of $220 in the US, though they were slightly higher at retail here in Malaysia. Along with the shoe, there were two other colorways that dropped that had Mandarin text in a sesame color and a white color. Apart from these three, there was also two more colorways of the 2020 Hue NMD that dropped earlier on October 2nd in this Extra Eye colorway and a Legacy Purple colorway. But this Dash Green is the most special of all because apparently there's only been 7,777 of these made. Now I'm not entirely sure how true that is because I saw a lot of people post about copying them and Adidas sent a lot of influencers and YouTubers a pair for free. So I don't think these are quite as limited as we think. Coming to the shoe itself and starting with the upper, one of the other reasons why this pair is special is because instead of the usual prime knit upper that you'd find on a pair of Hue NMDs, this pair uses a new open mesh construction, which you can see in the Dash Green color with a secondary light grey layer underneath it. This also means that the upper here doesn't feel quite as smooth as a prime knit upper. In fact, it's actually quite a bit more rough in comparison. Apart from that, you have the Korean characters here in a silver finish, which stand for human race in Korean. Towards the forefoot, you'll see this EVA plug, which is in a bluish shade, which is a common design feature in all NMDs and is supposed to add more stability and structure to the upper, especially against your little toe. Moving upwards, you'll see the usual rope style laces, which are white, with these little hits of 3M on it to make it slightly more reflective. There's also a secondary pair of laces included, which are in a light blue color. But personally, I prefer the look of the white laces here instead. The laces intertwine through these semi-translucent light green TPU cages on either side of the shoe, which have multiple openings on the side so that you can change up how you want to lace these shoes depending on how creative you are. Moving on, coming to the inside of the shoe, you'll see that the collar of the shoe is wrapped in this light grey nylon material, while the inner sock liner has this interesting textured light grey finish, but it still feels comfortable enough against your feet. Coming to the insole of the shoe, it's glued down for some reason, right on top of the Boost midsole, and is in the usual Pharrell Hue insole style with this reflexology print in a bluish grey color, along with Pharrell and Adidas branding. Coming to the back of the shoe, you have this greyish blue reflective 3M heel tab, with the Pharrell logo debossed into the left pair and the Adidas Originals logo debossed into the right pair. Underneath that, you'll see the same open mesh upper in this Dash Green color, with the stitching joining the two sides together. Moving downwards, that entire upper sits on top of a full-length Boost midsole. But you'll notice here that the Boost midsole has been pre-yellowed to make it look like an aged older pair. This is a trend that I've noticed Adidas has been doing more and more lately, most recently with their pre-yellowed Superstars, which look great by the way. Below that, you'll see the usual Hue NMD outsole thread pattern in a black rubber with cut-throughs to the exposed Boost and Adidas branding in the center of the medial side. That's about it in terms of design. All in all, this is pretty much one of the most unique Hue NMDs to drop in a while. But that being said, it's nothing really drastically different from what we've seen before. Coming to fit and sizing, again, these fit just like any other pair of Hue NMDs, which means that these fit pretty much true to size. If you have wide feet like I do, I definitely recommend going up half a size though. For example, I'm a size UK 11 but I have really wide feet, so I went up to a size UK 11.5 here and these fit pretty great, although there is a little bit extra room in the toe box area. But like I said, if you have regular narrow feet, you can go true to size here, no worries. In terms of comfort, these are actually pretty comfortable thanks to the Boost midsole. I feel like the EVA plugs on the side really do help contain the boost a tiny bit on the heel area, but there really isn't as much boost here as on the Ultra Boost or the Yeezy 350 V2, so these aren't necessarily as soft as plush as those. Instead, you get a good balance of support and softness at the same time. I will mention two things that do bug me about these though. Number one, the TPU cage on the side can dig into the side of your feet, so make sure you get a pair that fits properly or try on a pair in a store if you can. And number two, I'm not a big fan of the material used on the upper here. It's not as thin or lightweight as the prime knit on the usual Hue NMDs. In fact, it's even more rougher than what you'd usually find on a pair of Yeezy 350 V2s, so it's not quite as stretchy or breathable, which means that these aren't necessarily as comfortable as the usual Hue NMDs. Alright guys, with all that out of the way, let's take a look at the Pharrell Adidas Hue NMDs in the Dash Green colorway on feet. these are pretty much your usual pair of Hue NMDs. Apart from the OG midsole, there really isn't anything drastically new or different here. But if you've missed out on copying any Hue NMDs before, this is a pretty nice pair to check out. But like I said earlier, I'm not entirely sure if there were only 7,777 pairs of these made, because it definitely seems like a lot of people have them. But with this particular colorway, as I mentioned, I'm not really a big fan of the upper and its rough texture versus the usual Hue NMDs, which have a thinner prime knit upper instead. Instead, I think the Extra I colorway is a nicer pair in my opinion. But unfortunately, those didn't drop here in Malaysia, so I couldn't cop a pair. But either way, it's nice to see Adidas bring back the OG style of the Hue NMDs. Here's hoping for even better colorways to drop. Alright guys, so that's what I think about the Dash Green colorway. I'd love to know what you guys think about these shoes. Are you thinking about picking up a pair of the new Hue NMDs? Or do you think it's just a little bit too old of a style? Let me know right in the comment section below. And of course, if you want to see more photos of the Dash Green Hue NMDs, please head on over to my Instagram account and maybe give me a follow at ClintonJeff. And hey, if you found this video helpful and you want to support the channel, don't forget to hit the like button right below and maybe subscribe, because that would be definitely appreciated. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.